depending on the cards that we get. Oh, the best one we could have gotten for the illustration rares are Latios. Very good. It sometimes just goes to the bigger of the two. Very good. Ivysaur. Not crying about that. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Georgosaur here. You guys know what time it is. Today we're going to be opening up some more Mega Evolutions of what we got our Gardevoir there. But the difference here is that we're not going to be putting it up against more Mega Evolutions. We have our Latios here. We were using Latios to represent, obviously, the Latios we could get in Mega Evolutions. But we're using it here to represent our Surging Sparks, our Latios that we can get there, which is obviously that Latios. So we're going to put the Mega Evolutions ETBs versus Surging Sparks ETBs. We got 2 Gardevoir and 2 Lucario ones. And then we got 4 Surging Sparks ETBs to go up against each other. Make sure to stick around and see what we get. So obviously we got our Pikachu pin here because going after Pikachu here. Even though if we don't get Pikachu, obviously it's not like it's the be all end all. If we get anything worthwhile here, that's going to be great. But obviously the big boy is still Pikachu, so that's what we're going for here. And if anything else cool comes out, we're happy with that. Obviously, we have our Latios right there manifesting, but let's see if we get anything worthwhile from these 4 ETBs. Again, these are all ETBs, 36 packs, even though we're doing booster box amounts. None of these are booster boxes, just ETBs. So 2 Mega Lucario ETBs, 2 Mega Gardevoir ETBs, and 4 Surging Sparks ETBs. So if we get any luck, hopefully we'll see how this turns out by the end. Here we still had our A specs. So again, these guys, even though the blender is the one of the ones to get, the trolley is also another good one. I'm just gonna put the blender down because I'll sleeve it when we need to. Again, EXs and those kinds of cards, I just stopped sleeving them on camera because it just does take up some time, and that way it's a little shorter for y'all in that sense. But we'll just keep going and see how it turns out. Again, Surging Sparks has treated us good, Surging Sparks has treated us bad, so depending on how it turns out. We got Clement Quick Wit, so our first full art. I'm gonna go ahead, switch this one. This one we're sleeving up immediately, obviously. And I'm giving it the gold throne because it is Surging Sparks, so yellow, gold, whatever. Put him right there. He is one of the ones that we've pulled a lot of as alt, so even though he is an alt, he's basically worth zilch in comparison to the big ones here in this set. So depending on the cards that we get. Oh, the best one we could have gotten for the illustration rares are Latios. Very good. Definitely taking down this guy. Yep, 32 bucks. He's the best illustration rare you can get, and we could get him another 3 times for who knows, because again, ETBs, sometimes the same one comes out. Who knows? We never know. But if he's the one that keeps coming out, I cannot say anything about it because he is the best illustration rare to get. So this guy's ugly as hell. Flamigo. Been a while since I've seen a Flamigo. But again, I'm just going to go straight down. I'll sleeve him in a bit, even though he is just a whatever card. Flamigo still is an EX, so he gets sleeved up. But let's see our next 3. Got our Palkia and the last pack, Quick S ETB. But again, not horrible. Again, the ETB, basically the Latios is the thing that made it worthwhile. If you go by price, obviously you didn't get your money back, but it's not like we're doing this to get our money back. But got 4 hits total. Brilliant Bender, Flamigo, Clement, and Latios. Very sad, honestly, because like we're saying, that is the best illustration to get. It's 30 something bucks, but Ugo's telling me there are so many special illustrations that are below Latios, like the Archlodon, which honestly Archlodon's kind of merits it, but Clement's Quick Wit, the other guy, there's so many of them that are below, like Durant, Jasmine's Gaze, they're all below. The gold one, Archlodon, the gold Executor, Drayton, they're all below Latios, sorry. They're all below Latios. And honestly, like, even though Executor is above this Latios, but I'm talking about the Executor that is the alt, which is that one. I actually kind of like that one. It looks cool, but it's $1 above Latios, so not much difference there. It goes to show you, like, you never know with these sets. Usually, I remember it being a very hyped up set, and it is still hyped up because of the Pikachu, but Pikachu's also gone down in price. Latios has gone down in price. Milotic has gone down. They've all gone down in price at this point where we're recording in September, but now they're starting to rise again. So that's the thing with these things, right? You never know when a set will rise or fall, or depending on who you are, you probably do, or you're probably someone that knows how to affect it. But I honestly don't really care. You guys do you. We're just enjoying opening and getting the stuff that we want and that we need. But again, it does affect the hobby to some point, to some extent, at that certain mention. So let's keep going with Mega Evolution now. Here again, ETBs, so these guys, just gonna put them over there. That Venusaur I shouldn't have sleeved until later either way, but again, it's basically what I'm used to. So they just go to the side now. But we're gonna see how these ETBs turn out, because we got an ETB previously. If you haven't been watching the videos, go ahead and check it out. We did an ETB opening and we got some pretty good stuff from there. We got, let me tell you this, we got an alt. So you got to check out which kind of alt. Full art rare candy. So our item will take the throne to start us off. It will be taking the throne. So silver, actually it fits it the best, even though the silver would fit here too, but that's fine. Either way, it's electric. So just leave it the yellow, the gold throne. Even though color-wise, doesn't really matter. Sometimes I put the gold crown for the gold card. Sometimes I don't. It sometimes just goes to the bigger of the two. Very good. Ivysaur. Not crying about that. This one is basically the same price as Latios. So 33 bucks. Almost the same. I think it's 32. But again, they're right there, right next to each other. And to pull the Mega Venusaur and to get the Ivysaur, that's a nice one. We need a Bulbasaur too, because again, the Bulbasaur we get from the booster box has the little sticker, the little thing that tells you it's from Mega Evolutions. But again, Ivysaur, very nice to be pulling from these. I love the art style. I love the colors in it. But again, it's that type of thing where you think Venusaur looks like a more pissed off Pokemon and it shouldn't be smiling. But here we got our smiley Ivysaur there. And that's an ETB. 4 hits, 2 EXs, a full art item, and a illustration rare. And something we wanted to call to attention, guys. We didn't even notice till now, but remember these, the little burn and psychic, or the burn and poison tokens? These aren't in the Mega Evolution ones. They are not there anymore, which I'm not sad about, but they took them out, and now you have the regular cone for Gardevoir and Lucario. So I don't know why they decided to take them out. You still need them for the game, for people that play. So I don't know why they decided to take them out or what. You guys let me know what you think, or what do you know. And I'm not really sad about it, because again, those coins, they look nicer, even though it's still kind of the same thing. When you open a bunch of product, they just get in the way. Nice little tidbit there. I don't think most people mention it, or they just don't really care. There's no point in mentioning it, but we realized that, and it also took us a while to realize too, honestly. We were opening up, and right now I think our 5th or 6th video today, and we just noticed. So we got our Execute and a Megaton Blower. So I'll just put the Megaton Blower down, but our Execute, for now, I'm just gonna put it down over here, because again, Latios, biggest hit of the set for the illustration rares, so he'll just stay there for now. And in the next round, if we got something, I'll take it down. Because right now, the only thing that would take it down would be a bigger hit card. Unless I get another Latios, which would just go right on the same throne with him. But for the moment, he'll just stay there. Because again, it is the biggest illustration rare, so it can't really be like, I'll switch you out for another illustration rare. But I will do so later on if nothing else really takes the throne from it. Pikachu EX, regular Pikachu. Can't complain about it. Very useful card. people always look for it, so a nice one to get always. Obviously, it's not the Pikachu, but we got our Pikachu representing here in the background, in the pin, in the fat Pikachu back there. So Pikachu galore is already being called, even though we don't have a graded card for him. So whatever Pikachu ends up showing up, we have our little representation showing throughout the entire video, basically. So let's see if we get any luck in that department as well. But there's our code. I don't know how many of you still need Surging Sparks codes, but I got you covered. Got our Robska and 4 more packs. ETB right now, not horrible. An illustration rare, an EX, an A-Spec. Basically the same thing. We just need another full art, and it would be the same rarity-wise. But other than that, again, love to see different art styles, even though we've already seen basically everything here of Surging Sparks. We'll love to see, again, different types of cards coming out, so you guys can also see the different styles that show up here. Even though, again, if you've been on the channel for a while, we've done Surging Sparks over and over, and you're probably tired of it as well, but it's always a nice little set to open up, so can't really blame me for wanting to open up more Surging Sparks. Got our Kragonrola or Krongola. There's the full art. Again, not a full art that's like a trainer, but another full art. So basically rarity repeats there. Now let's see if in this last one we get something which will make the change there and have 5 hits instead of the 4. But if it is, basically same rarity repeats, which is the freaking Flamigo. Obviously has to show up, but just another different extra card from the previous. Now let's see if we got the same kind of look with our ETBs here for Mega Evolutions. If we got the same kind of stuff again, can't really complain. Another full art, another illustration rare, 2 EXs. I would be happier if we get some big stuff, obviously, but getting the same types of hits instead of getting below them or lesser of them, I prefer that kind of stuff over that then. So would be way better to just keep it on the same track than to change the track and to get lower or less of what we've been pulling. So there's our code. Let's see how these guys go with, because again, we just fly through these bad boys at this point. Now it's been like 5-6 episodes of Mega Evolutions, or episodes, like we're doing a series here, but Mega Evolutions just keep on coming through. And there's another Mega Venusaur, so just straight down there. And again, if we get the same kind of stuff, that's gonna be weird, but again, different ETB, you never know how these guys go. So let's see with these, with our Chiyu, another Steelix. I keep saying another because why? Because these guys just keep coming out. This is our like 3rd time pulling him, just not in this video, but here we'll change it out because illustration. Instead of the execute over there, didn't decide to change it. Here I did because again, at least the card looks dope. Comparison, execute to Latios doesn't look, can't really compare the same type of card, right? But an illustration and an EX with 3 packs left. Let's see what we got. What we got showing up now with the rest of what we got. See, oh, Mega Absol, another full art. We got the full art, not the item full art, but a full art nonetheless. So now we just need an EX. If we get an EX, that means we got the same rarities again in that type of sense. Same rarities in Surging Sparks. Let's see if we get the same rarities here in our ETB with another EX. So now we just need nothing else, honestly. That's the same rarity. So let's see. Hopefully this one is a little loaded and gives us the big difference here, because this would be our 5th hit for this ETB. All right, Scorbunny and same rarities. Keeping it going with Surging Sparks. Again, a lot of cards here that we would love to see. Even though now the illustration rares for this one, the Latios is the top one, so yay, Apollo Sand. I like these just because of the border, honestly. None of them are really nice, except for the Pikachu. Probably the Pikachu would be the best one to get, which we already pulled 2 of those types of cards, and none of them were Pikachu. But again, those are basically the reason why I like them, because of the border. but nothing really have that border except for the big card. So when you see that border, you kind of are hoping for an alt, but you can get a full art there as well. So that's kind of the tricky thing there. So maybe some people hate that border because they put that on the alts as well, but I just like that. Makes it a different type of card, makes it look different. It gives it some more, how would I say? It's not a difference because the border is the only thing different, because the background is basically the same for all of them. So that's the sacrifice probably there. But I like that the border does change up the full arts a little bit, and that they add the Terra Crystal, which I've never really enjoyed those. I don't like them, but still a Megaton blower. So another A spec there, but it's a nice little addition, at least in the Surging Sparks here, even though I don't like it. But I didn't really care about collecting the full arts in Scarlet and Violet. Now that we're here in the Megas, I do. So I'll probably end up collecting all the Megas, or all the full arts for this set. I don't even know what this set's called. Maybe, I think maybe Mega Evolutions. I don't know, but we'll just keep it at that for now. Our Jasmine's Gaze, another full art, just a full art trainer in this one. So different type of full art, but two full arts, an EX and a spec. So 4 hits already. So that changes it a little bit. And let's see if we get anything else with our last pack, worthwhile or not. Again, just getting anything probably worthwhile, because there are points where you could get absolutely nothing here with these guys. So we're lucky enough to actually get things. I know some people aren't always so lucky. So our last 3 ended up having our Fluttermane, Mesprit. Can't complain with Mesprit either, even though not that pricey, not at a point where it goes against Latios, but art style, they kind of have like the same type of background, but nice, good one to see there. Third ETB for Mega Evolutions. Let's see how this one goes. Again, can't really be complaining when we're getting some good stuff, but obviously here, just like in Surging Sparks, we're not really seeing anything of the big names. So either way, if we don't, it's whatever at this point. You guys know how it is. You get luck, you get no luck. So obviously we still do need a lot of them. We're missing a good amount of them. So at this point, I think it's just those that we're missing. We're missing one illustration rare, the Mars Shadow. So right there on the screen for you guys to see that. Pretty cool looking card in my opinion. So it's one that's missing. The only illustration rare that's missing at this point. Now, getting repeats of the same illustration rare, like Steelix. Steelix looks fire, but again, 3 Steelixes when we're missing a Mars Shadow. That's where it starts to get you in the feels right there, but that's what we're missing for illustration rares. But special illustration rares, we're missing, at this point, I think just the big ones. We're missing Gardevoir, we're missing Lucario, those types of things. So some of the bigger ones from the set. Got our Xerneas, and so far just an EX from the 3 packs that we have left after this one. So either this bottom part was loaded, or this one was a Satyr. There's another EX. Each one has given us a Venusaur so far. So now at this point, let's see if we can get a Mega Venusaur, full art, or alt in our last box. But that's our 3rd Mega Venusaur. And our last 2 packs. Let's see what they end up giving us. Because again, 2 EXs, but nothing else to show for at this point. Pretty disappointing box if that's how it ends up being. But last pack for round number 3 of our Mega ETBs. Let's see how it shows. Will this last one give us something? Houndstone for our last one. So it was Lucario, Venusaur, and Houndstone for that 3rd one. And the last for each. Now we're going to our Surging Sparks to finish off. Let's see if we can make a comeback for both of these guys, because again, none of them have showed us anything super big. Again, can't really complain about Latios because he is kind of the biggest illustration there, so can't say we didn't get anything big. But last round to prove or show us up that we have something else to go for. The Mario and Luigi brothers showing up right there. Now we have that one out of the way. As long as we don't get another Flamigo, I'll be happy too. But them's the breaks. We don't know how it'll turn out, because again, here in this set, kind of hard to get the stuff, even though sometimes we've gotten them pretty easily or pretty repeatedly. So if you haven't seen a Surging Sparks video from us, go ahead and check that out. I'll put one in the description for y'all. Latias! We need one of those actually, so we'll be happy to discover that. But with the description, or not in the description, I don't know, I'll probably put it here in the cards. One will show up for y'all. But go ahead and check one of those out, because we have basically pulled every alt on camera. So check those out. You can just search up as well for Surging Sparks on the channel, but I'll put one there for you guys to watch. And right now with Megaevolutions, basically the newer videos right now that are coming out are Megaevolutions. Some mixed in there because, again, we have a repertoire put away later, a nice little video archive saved up. So slowly, those are coming out. But appreciate to everyone that's sticking around, enjoying these videos, all the likes, comments, and the subscribes. I really appreciate you guys. Let's keep it going. Let's see how much we can do, because again, right now at this point, this is just a hobby. We're doing this for fun and just to see the kinds of stuff that we're going to pull. Because if not, I'll just be open and off camera either way. So at least we're doing this stuff and putting something into the channel. But for the last pack, we got absolutely nothing. And to wrap up with Megaevolution, let's see how this one goes. Surging Sparks, last ETB, pretty disappointing. 3 EXs, at least one of them was Latias, but still 3 EXs that ended up nothing in my point of view. But let's see how these guys show up in Megaevolution. Well, we got another Mega Venusaur. Now at this point, with that, each one having one of those Mega Venusaurs, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off if we get one more. And if it's the alt, I'll laugh my ass off even more. But again, you never know how these will turn out. And when you're expecting a specific card, they turn out even less. So let's see how these guys go. Our last box, let's see. Anything else that'll come out to take down our Steelix, which we could have taken it down with something else. But at this point, we need something really nice, really cool looking, or at least a nicer looking ETB, a nicer looking illustration rare to take it down. So let's go. Our 3 with Kyogre, which would have looked cool with a nice illustration right here as well. But again, at this point, I think maybe they're putting Kyogre because later on they'll bring back Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon. Who knows? So maybe that's going to be happening. A Delibird, a cute Delibird, which I will switch out for our Steelix. But let's go ahead and put that one down. At least that's what I'm thinking, because usually when they do that, they do release something related to them. So I think that's why we haven't seen a Zygarde. Maybe we'll see Zygarde cards later on. I don't know. You guys let me know down in those comments what you think about that theory. But with the Megas, I'm thinking maybe it could possibly be happening. Because I think when they did the Primal Kyogre and Groudon, that's when they released the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or vice versa. But last pack, let's see. We got an EX, we got an illustration rare. Let's see if this last one ended up giving us a hit. If not, 2 hits and an ETB. Another EX, so didn't really finish all that great either. So for this one, I'm gonna go with both at a time, but gotta show you the A specs first because these aren't gonna really count towards much. These 3 ended up making it where Surging Sparks had 17 and then 14 for Megas, but taking away those A specs, we have 14 and 14. So let's start with our EXs. Obviously, Flamigo came out twice, and then our Bombasnow, our Mario and Luigi brothers with Latias, our Mega Lucario and Ceruledge, which we had a second Mega Lucario, Milotic. And obviously, Venusaur came out not once, not twice, but 3 times. So Mega Venusaur and our Pikachu. Then we had our Full Arts, which we had a Full Art Rare Candy and Clemens Quick Wit. And then we had our Mega Absol, which I'm going to stop Mega Absol because we had 4 Full Arts. Our Jasmine's Gaze as well. Then Palo Sand. And then Cyclezar. Now here are Illustration Rares, which we had 4 here and 3 here. So Execute and Houndstone. Then we had Mesprit Delibird. And we had our Steelix. And our, basically, the ones I would say are 2 winners. Which both of these are basically the same price, close to it. I'd give these guys the gold crown. So our gold illustration and our gold Latios illustration. They're not gold, but gold crown. Basically same price. Mega Evolution, Latios, Surging Sparks. So very good there to finish there. But that's been the video, guys. I've been Georgosaur. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like, a comment, a subscribe. Helps out the channel. Share the video so other people can join the community as well. See the kinds of hits that we be getting. But that's been it. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night whenever you're watching. Peace out.